Evening all. I've reached the grand old age of 76 now. I'm also well aware that no one lives forever. In fact, I'm lucky to have lived for so long because I really never expected to. I'm also a confirmed atheist. So I'm not expecting to go to heaven or hell when the day comes. But I do know that life on earth will continue like it always has done. I can't grumble because I've always managed to have a wonderful life. First, from the rock and roll days that I still recall often, next to being fortunate enough to manage a record store at the time when vinyl records were the biggest thing around, and of course later to be able to devote my entire life to koi. Please don't worry about me when I finally depart, because I've had a truly great life. But if you do wish to remember me, please remember me for my biggest achievement. That's the one that I think is the most important. Okay, I did open the first koi-only outlet outside of Japan, but someone had to do it anyway. I'm also the first person to openly promote koi keeping in the UK, but only because I wanted to. I've also supplied more Grand Champion koi, not just to the UK, but also to the USA, South Africa, Holland and Belgium. Believe me, I'm proud of these awards, but only to a degree. I've even managed to write a few koi books over the years. One of these turned out to become the biggest seller of all time. But books are not my biggest achievement. Nope. According to me, the biggest achievement I've ever attained was to design and produce the first horizontal flow pond filter system back in 1986. At the time, I had no idea just how superb it was, because it seemed far too simple for it to work properly. Other filter manufacturers obviously thought the same, because it was the only design of mine that they never copied. It was also the only filter system I produced that did not get a single complaint from the owners. And this all took place from 1986 to 1991. That alone convinced me that I'd stumbled upon a design that was extremely important. There were many downsides to the filter I designed, namely I christened it as my budget filter. when few buyers get interested with any product that bears the name of budget. It was also 9 feet long and extremely heavy to transport. The filter brushes were suspended from above by dowel rods that allowed the brushes to drift around in the water flow instead of remaining stationary. The aeration system was hardly efficient and needed a very serious update. But despite all these many downsides, the bloody thing continued to produce incredible results. So much so that I gave it very detailed advertising space in my book Koikichi, first published in 1995. In 2008, while searching for a way to prevent new instances of hikui and shimi forming on our koi, I realized that much of this was to do with the amount of waste being left and retained in the filter system. That's when I decided to do serious updates on my horizontal flow design. As a result, in 2009, I launched my Eric filter system, and this led to my Epic filter system, launched in 2017. Filter systems are still the most discussed subject in the koi keeping hobby, and this will always be the case. I've been experimenting with different types of filtration systems since 1978, and finally my experimentations are now all at an end. Finally, when I'm gone, if you do wish to remember me for anything, please remember me for producing the very first horizontal flow pond filter system. Thanks for listening.